Anin Bojo, Mr. McLeod Mondaya. Mr. McLeod here, teach you some Ojibwe today. So today's topic is VII fourth person sentences, which just means that we're talking about other people's stuff. So what is fourth person? In Ojibwe, we have about 9 different personal pronouns. Pronouns are words that take the place of nouns. Pronouns are words like I, me, she, he, they, it, etc. Because we have been talking about objects doing various actions, we have been using third person sentences. Fourth person is someone else's stuff. For example, Jill's phone. Jill is our third person example, but her phone is our fourth person. So what is the difference between these third person and fourth person sentences? So our third person example is mkak bikshkane. Our third person example is mkak bikshka, whereas our fourth person example is Tim mkakan bikshkane. So right off the bat, in our fourth person example, we have multiple objects in the same sentence. So we have Tim and mkuk, which means box. Also, the word mkuk looks pluralized with that an suffix that we've been learning about. To make any inanimate object fourth person, you need to use the noun's plural suffix. So if an object is pluralized with the oon suffix on or the iin suffix in, you need to use those the appropriate inanimate plural suffixes for each noun. Also, our VII word, our verb, also known as our verb, has a ne suffix at the end of it, which is indicated right here. So how do we change the following nouns into fourth person? So our first example is shkwandem. So we know from our previous lesson that shkwandem, to pluralize it, we just use the an suffix. So wigwam shkwandeman, wigwam shkwandeman. That means the house's door. So wigwam is house. It's our third person. Shkwandem un is our fourth person. So next one is mzinegan. So again, mzinegan uses our an suffix. But we can't forget our third last consonant rule. So we get rid of that a and we bring nan closer to that g. So we get Bill mzinignan. So that means Bill's book. Bill mzinignan. Next one is pequawquid. So we know pequawquid, to pluralize it, we use the oon suffix on. So that becomes Bibi's pequawquidon, meaning the baby's ball. And our last one here on this page is ninj. So we know ninj also is another exception to the rule, where instead of pluralizing with the an suffix, we pluralize with the iin suffix, in. So Donna ninj becomes Donna ninjin, and that means Donna's hand. So how does each type of VII word inflect to fourth person? So VII words that end in vowel sounds, you just add the ne suffix. So John mkakan bikshkane, our example from earlier, means John's box is broken. VII words that end in D or T sounds, just add the ne suffix as well. So John mkakan moshknem gadne, John's box is full. And our last example, VII words that end in N sounds, is even easier because we just add an I suffix to the end of our VII word. So John mkakan jesene. John's box is empty. So how do we tell the difference between a singular and plural fourth person word or fourth person sentence? So our first example, Jen waskanenjganan bikshkane. Jen waskanenjganan bikshkane means Jen's light is broken. And our plural example, Jen waskanenjganan bikshkanewan. Jen waskanenjganan bikshkanewan means Jen's lights are broken. So we know the only difference between these two examples is that we added a WAN suffix to our verb. So our verb is bikshka, and then to make it fourth person, we add the ne suffix. But if we're talking about more than one plural if we're talking about more than one fourth person, then we use the suffix ne one at the end of our verb. So that's how bikshka becomes bikshka ne one. So our next example, John mkakan moshnem gadne. That means John's box is full. So the plural version of that is John mkakan moshnem gadnewan. John mkakan moshnem gadnewan. And that means John's boxes are full, despite what that typo on your screen says. So again, singular fourth person, the suffix is just ne, added to the end of our verb, moshnem gad. And the plural version is adding the suffix ne one to our verb. So our last example are VII words that end in N sounds. So our first example here, our singular example here, Jen shkwandemman geboksene. Jen shkwandemman geboksene. That means Jen's door is closed. So our plural example, we have to watch out for our third last consonant rule, but this time we're getting rid of the vowel sound in front of our third last consonant rule as opposed to behind. So, Jen shkwandeman geboksnewan. Jen shkwandeman geboksnewan means Jen's doors are closed. So in summary of fourth person sentences, nouns look pluralized but aren't unless the verb has been properly pluralized. VII words that end in vowel sounds inflect fourth person singular by adding a ni suffix, ni. VII words that end in D or T sounds inflect fourth person singular by again adding the ni suffix as well, ni. VII words that end in N sounds inflect fourth person singular by just adding an I suffix. VII words that end in vowel sounds inflect fourth person plural by adding the suffix ne one. VII words that end in D or T sounds inflect the fourth person plural by adding the suffix ne one as well. VII words that end in N sounds inflect fourth person plural by getting rid of the vowel sound before the N and then proceeding to add it one to the end of that word. Me for now. That's alright, sorry about that. Just had a bit of technical difficulties, had to straighten out. So returning back to what's expected of you for your worksheet this week. So we have multiple choice. When dan gia kidwinning. So that means match the correct word to the Ojibwe there. So here's our Ojibwe that we need to find the correct answer for. So jebobte. So if you don't remember what jebobte means, you can access that word with two methods. So you can either go to Quizlet and type in, Mr. Actually, sorry, not Mr. So Cloud 3725 for my username. And so you're going to want to go down to the side here and click users. So that's where mine pops up. And then you're going to want to scroll down to VI Kidwinan. So that remember we are learning about VII words. All right. So now you're looking for the word jebobte. So we got Pequawquod, jebobte. So Pequawquod, we know that word means ball. So jebobte must mean it is rolling. And then we can also check our dictionary. Just gotta find it. All right. Go in the search function or the find function and type in jebobte. And then we got an example here, VII, which is what we're learning, and it means rolling. So back to our worksheet, jebobte. So A, it is rolling. B, it is empty. C, it is broken. Or D, it is falling. So from our Quizlet example in our dictionary, we know the answer is A, it is rolling. So you can do that for the rest of these words. So what are some examples of 3 types of VI words and how do you tell them apart? So this is where you look at the endings. That will tell them apart. And so you need to provide one example of each type of VI word. So you need to provide a VI word that ends in a vowel sound, a VI that ends in a D or T sound, and a VII that ends in a N sound. So one little nifty trick I like to do for that is I'll take, for ones that end in a vowel sound, I'll type in a vowel sound. Let's try double A. And then I'll put a dash, space, VII. And then you're left with all these examples here that you can just use to input for your answer. So we can use like sharp. Nope, that's not sharp. Here's sharp. Gina, VII, sharp. So if you want to provide one that ends in a T or a D or T sound, you change that double A sound to let's try a T. So we have one example here. Nagikat. You want one that ends in a D sound, we'll change that search function again. B nut. It is clean. And then for the last one, ones that end in N sounds, just replace that D with an N sound. And you have all these to choose from. So that's how you can pick different words that end in different endings for our VII words. So this one, sin, it is small. So you can use that to put in examples for question number 2. So match the correct plural suffix to the correct noun/verb and translate the plural version in the space provided. So we have a word here, moshnem gut. So you can either use Quizlet here. So we need to look for moshnem gut. So mkak moshnem gut. The box is full, so it is full. You can use the dictionary. Moshnam gut. It is full. So this is a VII word that ends in a D or T sound. So we know from our plural lesson, to pluralize it, we need the OON suffix, on. So we can cross this out here because it's the closest one. Type in B here. And then in this space, write the plural version. All right, Moshnem Gadon. And translate it to they are full. All right, so you're expected to go through the rest of these. So some of these are nouns, some of these are verbs. You can look that up in the dictionary if you forget. But these are all the same words that we've been learning and using in our previous lessons. So today's lesson was about fourth person in Ojibwe. In the simplest terms, what is fourth person? Or more appropriately, what does it mean? So what are we talking about when we're talking about fourth person? I would suggest going to the first slide in our PowerPoint. List all the differences between our third person sentence and its fourth person counterpart below. How many nouns are in each sentence? What are all the suffixes? What's the difference in translation between the two? So this is our third person example. Ndwewes chigan bikshka versus John ndwewes chignan bikshka ne. All right, number 6. How can you tell when a fourth person sentence is pluralized? So again, think back to our lesson. How do you know when fourth person is pluralized? Number 7. Circle the correct translation for the fourth person English sentence below. So here's our English sentence, and we have to find the Ojibwe that matches this. So our English is John's phones are broken. All right, so our first one, A, is John ndwewes chignan bikshkanewan. B, John ndwewes chignan bikshkane. So looking back at our English, John's phones are broken. So John has multiple phones that are all broken. So we're not dealing with singular, we're dealing with plural. And our fourth person plural suffix for our verb is ne one. All right, and bikshka is one of those VII words that end in a vowel sound, and we know its plural suffix in fourth person is ne one. All right, so that's how we know that A is the correct answer. So we look at the verb, all right, and its suffix will tell us if it's singular or plural. So B, John dwewes chignan bikshkane, that just means John's phone is broken, as opposed to John's phones are broken, which is John dwewes chignan bikshkane one. So you're expected to fill out the next two based on our the content covered in our lesson. Akanotan wasne ejajagna shimian. So that means translate these into how you would say them in English. So we have a hint here, mshkimut or mshkimdan. Dom means beg. So dom just means it means. So mshkimut, dom, beg means shkimut means beg. All right, so moving on. So we got Nick mzinignan gaboksine. So we're talking fourth person because we have a noun here and a noun here. And then so our verb. So if you don't know the verb, you can always highlight, copy into our dictionary here. Kaboksin, which means closed. All right. So I know you guys are probably just going to want to copy this whole thing into the dictionary and try and find it. And you won't find anything. So in that case, well, you guys should be well aware of what this word is because it's something we've covered in class or in these lessons. But here's a little trick to get around that. Just start deleting letters until you find the word you're looking for. So we're going to delete that last letter, N. Try again. Nothing. Delete that A. Try again. Nothing. Delete that N. Here we go. So there's a short vowel sound in there, so we had to get rid of it when we pluralized it or used fourth person. So remember, mzinigan means paper or book. We got mzinignan, so it could be pluralized. So we're going to look at our verb, kabaksinne. So I don't see a one after that I sound, so that's how I know we're just talking about one. So Nick's book. Then kabaksin we know is closed. Is closed. Alright, so you're expected to go through the rest of these and translate them accordingly. Alright, so Akhenaten Westne Nishnaabemwin. That means translate these into Ojibwe. So we got the man's hands are full. So if you don't know the word for man, we can look that up here in the dictionary. Man, okay. Right here. So, nene means man. So, ne. Hands. So we know hand is ninj. And since we're talking about the man's hand, that makes it fourth person. So we need the plural suffix or fourth person suffix. Ninjin. And then our full. So we need our verb for full. Or VII for full. So let's type in VII space full. And we have moshknem gut. So moshk nem gut. Now we need our fourth person suffix, which is ne. And we need to know if we're talking about something singular or plural. So the hands. So we need plural. So we need that WAN suffix as well. So nene, ninjin, moshknem gud newan. Alright. Miigwech, and I look forward to seeing your work. Bom P.